Hello Lisa, hello Art, this is Jeff the Garage Guy. Got your input, I appreciate that, and what I've done is I've made a little bit of a change here and there, but essentially I put this together pretty close to the way it was and price it out for you. On the same email that you got this video on, you can print out the same copy of this quote I gave you. The difference is on the video I don't have pricing. The one you print out will have all the pricing in here, so you might want to print that out and watch the video over again, or stop now and print it out and hit play again. So here we go. The top view of the garage. Basically the only real reason I needed to print out a top view for you was just to show that there's store wall here on the front wall. That was the only thing that wasn't visible from the other pictures that I showed. Okay, so if you look at the cabinet layout here, what I've done, it wasn't easy for me, Lisa, to make this counter 1 foot bigger and stick with anything that resembled, a standard 2-door cabinet. And a 1-door cabinet doesn't really look so hot, next to these other cabinets. I couldn't simply make the drawers wider unless I went into a custom sized drawer, and that would increase the cost quite a bit, so I tried to stay away from that. So basically what we have now is a countertop that's about a little over 7 feet long, so that should be a nice size. I took away one of the upper cabinets, or one of the big tall cabinets here, but I made this one bigger. So let's go through and I'll just talk about the pricing here underneath. You have your price for the cabinets. That's what it requires to have cabinets. It's counters are part of that. The little top caps I'm going to put underneath the window so you don't see the raw side of the top of the cabinet, and all the cabinets installed. That's covered in the price of the cabinets. Then we have optional extruded handles. I think these are kind of new since I've worked for you last time, so I'll talk about these for a minute. You see these long gray stripes in this picture. These are aluminum handles that go the full length of the door. They're really neat, great looking handles. I'll show you a picture of those in a minute. I really like the handles. They are expensive, however, so I always price them out separately. You've had all of your cabinets from me in the past with regular handles, and those were fine, but I really like these handles, so that's up to you. Optional 165-degree hinges. Well, picture yourself standing in front of your car and you open these 2 cabinet doors, and you're all of a sudden trapped between 2 cabinet doors and your bumper, and you cannot get your stuff out of your cabinet easily and walk around to take it into the house, because the cabinet doors have actually created a fence on the left and the right. That's because regular cabinet hinges for these style cabinets end at 105 degrees, which is almost straight out from the cabinet. Let's take a look at this picture here. These cabinets here, they show not only the extruded handles real nice, these are the handles I'm talking about, but you can see how these doors swing open almost far enough to bump into the cabinet next to it. If the hinges swung open 180 degrees, they would tap the cabinet next to it, but they stop at 165. So that's in there because of the tight feel that we have with the car being parked relatively close to the cabinets. It's an option. Can you get in and out of your cabinets without it? Yeah. Will it kind of be irritating sometimes? Yes. It'll be real nice and open if we put those 165-degree hinges on there. So what I have hinges for, every door on every cabinet that's 2 foot deep, except for the far right door and the far left door, because those need to stop at 90 degrees anyway. If you so choose to save a little money, I can just do those special hinges on the right side of each cabinet. And that way, when you grab something and you want to take it toward the house, you'll be okay. But if you want to take it to the left, you'll kind of get stuck again. So that's my solution to getting you these 24-inch deep cabinets in this garage. And I think that should solve the problem pretty well. The next option you see down here is optional bases. Another thing I've done that's kind of new is I've beefed up my cabinets quite a bit. So now the bottom of my cabinets and the top of my cabinets, the material is thicker. It's 1 inch thick instead of 3/4 inch thick. And what that allows me to do is just mount these cabinets up on the wall and have them float in the air 6 inches above the ground with no legs or any obstacles like that. So it's fairly easy to blow out. You don't have legs to sweep around or anything, but it's still, in my opinion, a lot cleaner of a situation to go ahead and have me put in these leveling bases down here, just like the other work you've seen in the past, and then trim them out. So I do option those out now since the cabinets are strong enough to be there without them. However, they are really strong with them, and you can put unlimited amount of weight on the bottom of the cabinet with no issue, where your weight limit may be about 100 pounds without the on the bottom shelf or the bottom of the cabinet without a base. Okay, sink and faucet installation. I will install the sink and the faucet of your choosing, assuming that the rough plumbing is in, obviously. I'll make the simple connections from the rough plumbing up to the sink. And then we have a price here for store wall. That's for a full pinstripe around the entire garage. Store wall behind the counter, and I did store wall on the right side of the counter too. It'll act as a backsplash essentially to keep the water from the sink from affecting your wall. If we stuck backsplashes on the right hand side, it'll look out of place because the store wall actually takes the place of the backsplash on the back wall, and there's not necessarily room for a backsplash and store wall, so I put it on the right. So you'll see your total here, and I added a bit of a quantity discount, and you'll see that on the printable version. I kind of like even numbers whenever I can too. So we have the price does not include the following: the cost of the sink and the faucet or plumbing materials. So basically you can pick out the sink you want as long as it fits, the faucet you want, and then whatever little odds and ends we got to buy, I'll just pass that cost directly onto you with no markup. So that's not included in this price. And then it also mentions here that it is assumed that the current cabinets will be removed ahead of time to ensure any repairs or finish work is already done in that area upon our arrival. So I don't want to come in here and tear these cabinets out and expose a bunch of ugliness that won't get covered up because I'm not putting anything there. So I just wanted to point that out, for Larry or whoever needs to know that all the drywall work and all that gets in the garage would need to get done after these cabinets are ripped out. So that's my plan. Let me know what you think, and if you want to go forward with this, we'll just get together one more time at your convenience, do about a 50% deposit, and get you on the schedule for that date that we've been talking about. Whether you're at the very end or halfway through April, you just let me know soon, and I'll make sure to have that on my calendar. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.